So thank you for the time.
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
surprised to see you came very recently with the MEXT scholarship.
Yeah.
So the scholarship is about to open for some countries, including
Oh, okay.
India. So it's better if you can share some of the insights which we will be asking now. So first thing I'll ask you like when did you come here?
I came here specifically on the 28th of September last year.
Research student.
Yeah, I came as a research student, but now I'm doing my masters. Yeah, so I just begun my masters April. Just so I've I've taken about 1 week of masters courses. Yeah,
So which country are you from?
I'm from Nigeria. It's
Okay.
in West Africa.
Yeah,
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 it's
I
an
think I
African
have few
country.
friends from that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
What are some things you don't find in internet but you find it after you got selected? What do you think?
Uh, I feel people don't talk about how competitive it is actually. MEXT scholarship is a prestigious one, and I think it's very rewarding if you get it, and it's one of the best scholarships in the world if you get it seriously because the the Ministry of Education, Sports, Technology, they are trying to offer scholarships, I believe, to international students to come in and integrate with the society. I think this will help the Japanese to learn English in a way, because when you come
Yes.
to Japan, you find out that it's difficult for a lot of them to speak English. But integrating internationals into the society will help, propagate English language in a way to them. Um,
So actually, how did you manage? Like competition is true.
yeah.
So what is your experience like? What do you can suggest for the upcoming students?
Oh, okay. So essentially, I came in through the embassy recommended scholarship, and what happened is I applied online. You can apply from the website of the Japanese consulate in your country. So if you're Indian, you can apply through the Indian consulate, but Japanese Indian consulate. Yeah. So I applied through the Japanese embassy in Nigeria, and um, essentially beforehand, I think I watched one of your videos, and that prepared me in a way to
That
know what
video
to
is actually
expect.
embassy recommended guy experiences.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
shares
yeah.
and gives suggestions about interview.
Yeah. I think that's it's really helped me. I watched a couple of others actually, but I can remember yours, and I'm happy to see you, to be honest.
I'm
Um,
surprised that you are here.
so essentially, I applied for the scholarship after I heard about it, and at the time I was working for a bank, Access Bank. Um, so I applied for it, and I needed to prepare the documents, the application documents you have to prepare beforehand, and ensure that you apply as early as possible. Because if you apply late, probably they would have gotten lots of applicants already, and you will not be favored in that occasion. So try to apply as early as possible. That's the first tip I'll give you. Try to create a research plan that will probably help both Japan and your country. It should be of reasonable contribution to the society here in Japan and in your home country also. That's my second tip. Essentially, read a little Japanese because there will be questions on Japanese language, and they may tell you that it's not important, yeah. But I feel like in a way it is, because they can use that. For example, if you write the English exams and you have people with equal English scores, so I think one of the deciding factor will be how well they do in the Japanese, because that shows them that you've gone the extra mile, you've put in more effort to like try to learn some of Japanese language, and then they will be more proud or more encouraged to pick you, to represent your country in Japan. Um, I think another tip I would give is, after you apply and you're chosen and you come to write the exams, do not be scared. I was really scared because I wrote the exam with a lot of people. There were over 100 people in my hall. There were over 100 people, and I was scared at first, but I sat at the front, so I did not have time to look back and see everyone. So I wrote the exam to the best of my abilities, and I was skeptical that I was going to get it. So, but don't fright. You may be picked. And the second stage was the interview stage. So after the application process, you have the examination, and then you have the interview. So during the interview, they'll ask you lots of questions, yeah, about, they'll tell you to introduce yourself. If you know a little Japanese, you can use that. That, I believe, will improve your chances, yeah. So personally, I try to introduce myself in Japanese, and I made minor mistakes because I couldn't speak the language. But I think I saw one of the interviewers, he's Japanese, and he was happy because, yeah, he was happy that I was speaking Japanese with him, and he was really friendly. And the questions came, you just have lots of questions coming one after the other. And remember, you have to be calm and answer these questions. Yeah. So they will ask you about your research, how important it is, why do you think people haven't done that research, and how does it add to previous research? You understand? But you have that's why you have to prepare your research in advance and know that it's something that actually benefits your country and Japan. Yeah, so that really helps. They also ask you about your plans. Do you want to move with your girlfriend or your wife? And then I had to tell them that I'm single, I don't have a girlfriend. So he made a joke at the time that so you can find the Japanese when you get there, and I was laughing. It was actually a fun interview for me. But essentially, remember it's an interview. Don't get carried out. In fact, don't don't get all cocky and forget the fact that it's still an interview. It's an interview, so they are judging your abilities to answer these questions. They're also checking, how confident you are in your abilities. So essentially, don't fright and answer these questions to the best of your abilities. Essentially, they may also ask you questions like, when you're done with your research and you're done with your program, what do you want to do? Do you want to come back to Nigeria or to your home country, or do you want to stay there and try to integrate to the society? So personally, I understood that my research is something that will help my country. So I was like, I will try to see if there's a way I can be some sort of ambassador for the both countries. Yeah. So I would return to my country to help improve the country, but I would also create ties, with the Japanese government or with my supervisors or my professors. So that way I can still shuttle between the two countries, and it's going to lead to development of both countries in my field. So there's certain ways you can answer these questions that will make them confident in you. And I believe that the interview was the main reason why I was chosen, because the exam, a lot of people will do so well in the exam, and I think we are over 50 that qualified for the interview. And so from the interview, I think we're 6 in total or 7, but about 3 masters or 4 master's students, and the rest were PhD students. So don't fright and prepare well. That's what I would advise you to do. And also remember to apply, if possible, the week it's opened.
The
So
first
yeah,
week itself.
yeah, if possible,
So
just to
prepare the
be
documents ahead and then apply the visa.
exactly. Actually, I maybe the second week or so, but I will tell you one experience. Before I got the scholarship, the previous year, I applied. So I came in 2022, but I applied 2021. Just like you're applying now, and you may come in next year,
Yeah.
or the ending of this year. So when I applied at first in 2020, I didn't get the scholarship. I wasn't even called for the exam, and I feel it's because I applied on the last day.
Oh.
Yeah. So I had to move all the way from, because I had to go to my school to get recommendation letter. I had to go through my research with my supervisor and ensure that it's a concrete one. I didn't know I was just wasting time. So by the time I got to Abuja, which is the capital of Nigeria, when the embassy is, it was the last day. And so I submitted my application on the last day, and I wasn't even called for the exam. So remember, this is the same set of documents I used next year, and I was called. Exactly, like there's no
Maybe
difference.
that
The
is the
same
evidence
research,
that yeah, it's
the
a
same
good
research, the same supervisors, the same recommendation, the same everything. I just applied earlier, and I was called for the exam. So remember to apply early. I think that's really key. That's really key.
I'm surprised to hear this observation. It's interesting.
Yeah.
And
I think that will help a lot of you if you do that.
and another people, I mean, another question people many times think like the
Mm.
university where you are graduating from,
Okay.
or if it is a big university or if it is not popular, do you
Mm.
think any effect in the selection?
I doubt, because I've met a number of Nigerians here, and the universities they're from. Okay, I'm from a federal university, probably one of the top universities in Nigeria, University of Nigeria in Nsukka. But I see a lot of people from other universities. Like you can see people from Ebonyi State University here. You can see some from private universities, even some universities I don't know about. So I don't think it really counts because remember they're judging you based on your abilities after the test and the interview. You understand. So the fact that you went to a good university doesn't mean you're actually really bright. Yeah,
That's true.
it just it
It
just
can.
means probably you were opportune to get there. Yeah, but also you should also have a competitive GPA. Have a competitive GPA. I would also advise you to. So if this is your final year in university, try to do so well so you have a good CGPA and use that to apply. But have a competitive CGPA also. I think that's the main factor. Not even about your university. Yeah,
So that's good to hear.
yeah.
Okay, one last question about yeah. I didn't ask your name and other details. If you want to share, can
It's
you share?
it's okay. It's okay.
Okay,
My name is Davidson.
Davidson. Okay,
The Japanese call it Dapito-son.
Davido-san.
Dapito-son.
So, do you
Uh,
find any difference before coming up and after coming, the life in Sapporo or life in Japan?
Definitely, bro. It's like a culture shock, man. You're coming to a whole culture entirely, a whole
So,
system.
can
So
you
it's
share one or
different.
two the culture shocks?
You know, first off, I go here and it wasn't winter yet. Around September, it was meant to be fall, but it was so cold, bro. I'm telling you, when I say it was so cold, like I had to wear about 3 layers of jackets, and the next day I had to go buy winter jackets to be able to survive. And it wasn't yet winter. I'm talking about this was still fall. It was still autumn.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
before
so
snow.
first the cold, and actually we're in the coldest part of Japan right now, Hokkaido. So I think that's one. But with time you adapt. As you can see, I'm not wearing a jacket and I'm not freezing. I think it's because it's quite spring now, but
Now it's 10
um,
degrees around that,
yeah,
7 to
yeah,
10
yeah,
degrees.
yeah. Also, another one is the technology. See, you may think that your country is good when it comes to tech. Well, I promise you, you've not seen anything. When you come to Japan, yeah, you will see everything has technology input in it. From your car, from your keys, you know, your keys, even your bicycle locks, to the toilet.
High tech
See,
toilets.
people don't talk about this enough, but to be honest, when I saw the first time I saw one of the toilets, even at the airport, Narita Airport, I was like, "What is this?" I was confused. I don't know if
Actually, I didn't understand same thing for almost
yeah,
1 2 days. After the 1 day maybe,
bro. Like
I understand after 1 day
because
maybe.
I didn't know how to use it.
Same, same.
All these buttons, and what am I using the buttons for? And some of them you have AI integrated, so some of them have like virtual assistants talking to you, and I'm like,
All Japanese.
"This is a toilet, man. This is just a water closet." You just sit down, you do your thing, and you leave. So why? And oh, they have warmers.
Yeah,
They,
heaters, heat
they have
heaters.
heaters, like warmers to warm your butt when you're
Yes,
sitting
yes.
down
That
to
is
make
very
you
good.
comfortable. So that instead of spending 2 minutes, you spend 1 hour.
That's another culture shock.
Yeah,
Many
it's
people have
another.
this shock.
There are lots of them actually. The people of Japan, they're really friendly. But sometimes I say it's some sort of they're just being nice, but it's more of hypocritical. You understand? So they're just hypocritically nice, I believe, because why would someone be so nice? You don't know me and you're so nice.
Yeah,
You know, um, they address you as they would address anyone. You understand? And they're really nice. But what I would advise you is when you get here, try to follow the rules. Try to follow the rules, follow the regulations, and ensure that you never go into any form of trouble because it's straight deportation. You're going back to your country. Yeah. They don't have strikes. Yeah, they may have strikes, but essentially, depending on what you do, it may be straight deportation back to your country. So the people are very nice. Also, when you get here, don't be angry, or should I say, don't be sad of the fact that you may not get friends the first week, the second week. The Japanese people are really shy. They're really shy people, and they also try to, should I say, avoid any form of interaction in English language because they believe they don't have enough. English language
If
skills.
something is hard to understand, they are not able to.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is true.
exactly. So
Culture difference.
so they try to avoid interactions with international students as much as possible because they feel they may not be of enough help to you because of the lack of English skills. You know, but they forget that there are translator apps. And but there are still some that are really welcoming. When you come into Hokkaido University, you see lots of students that actually want to know about the internationals and also improve their English skills. So that way you can make some sort of trade with them. You help them with their English language skills and they help you with your Japanese skills. Yeah. Also help you to, know, Sapporo in its entirety. Also take you, if possible, to fun places where you can actually, have fun. So yeah.
So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Actually,
Arigatou
we'll join
gozaimashita.
again.
Arigatou
Maybe
gozaimashita.
we'll discuss some more things in the next
No,
meetings. I
it's
think it's
okay. It's okay. It's
very
my pleasure, fam.
it's kind
It's
of
my
you
pleasure.
for getting time in this
It's
short
my
notice.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.